Hello and welcome to Matt Presents. Today we are on our way to Britain's highest airport, which is Leeds Bradford. We're not going anywhere, we're just going to have a little look at some planes taking off and possibly landing as well. So we are going to one of the cafes that is outside of Leeds Bradford Airport, but it's got good runway views as well. I've never been here before, so I thought, well, I fancy watching some planes today, so let's go and have a look at this cafe and see what it's like. So we're nearly at Leeds Bradford Airport now. I've been driving pretty much an hour from my house to Leeds Bradford Airport, which it's about the same distance as it is to Newcastle for me. So what I'm going to do is turn the camera around so you can have a look at what's going on, and when we're there we'll have a look at some planes. I'm just going up this hill. Itself, this always has a bit of traffic on, no matter what time of day or night you come here. I always find there's always a bit of traffic here, which it just drives me insane. I was in the wrong gear there. So I don't know if you can hear, like I mentioned before, I've got the turbo version of the corner, especially when you go up hills and that sound of the turbo part of the engine is absolutely amazing. That's one thing as well that I would miss in regards to going electric, is noises like this that you get in the car. It just sounds like a big massive gust of wind that's going into the engine itself, but it's just amazing to hear it. I love it. But I think when I've been in an electric car before, like I said, my brother-in-law's, it just didn't do anything to me. It just doesn't have no sounds itself. It sort of makes like a hover noise, but I don't want a car that sounds like it's hovering. I like the actual noise as well, and especially when you're on the biting point and you're pressing down on the gas pedal itself. That noise, well, that sound that you do get is such a nice sound. It just honestly makes it feel like, yes, I am putting something in the car itself. It's just, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but it just sounds amazing. See the runway just over on the left hand side at the moment. I can't see no planes on it. Not too sure how many planes are taking off today, but Leeds has normally got a fair few flights going off anyway, so that's always fine. Yeah, I was going to go to Teesside Airport, but the flights were like a 2 or 3 hour gap in between, so that wouldn't have been the most fun to be doing today. I don't know if I can hear a plane actually. sign there for Leeds Bradford Airport Industrial Estate. I've used that car park before for the park and go. Pretty good car park, that. The only thing is, it's not very fun when you have kids and you've got a pram and 2 suitcases and everything for them. It's easier to do the meet and greet, shorter walk, and everything that way. Someone's lost a tray on the road. There's the amazing sign that says airport, left at the roundabout. But we're not going to go left, we're going to go straight ahead. Looks like we're going to go past the Premier Inn. I do really want to go in the airport itself, but I'll be tempted to go on my phone and buy a flight somewhere. Which I can't do that because I've got to go and pick the kids up in a bit. That tanker had on about 15 minutes to the journey. Ooh, last time I did this was my very first video on this to Thessaloniki. But it was the other way that I did the drive from the Premier Inn. Which we're not too far from the Premier Inn right now itself. Right, okay, so we go down here. We can see the runway. Oh right, I'm not going down here. What did it say there? Right, scrapping that idea of going to the cafe, you have to pay £2 for parking and it has to be cash only. It says, I don't have no cash. So I do know there's a different place where we can go, so we just need to go past the Premier Inn. There's Megatroids. Good fish and chip shop that out. I would get some today to do a bit of review, but I'm not in the mood for fish and chips, and I also had a takeaway last night as well. Okay, right, so I know just up here there is a little viewing part where you can actually go to as well, so let's have a look at this. And there's a dog walker over there. There's the airport there. I'm just trying to see where I can park because that's an emergency exit. I'm just going to reverse back. Right, okay, so we're out here. Right, let's have a look at what we can see out here then. So we're doing a little walk back here. I think I've chosen a day where there's no planes taking off or anything. There's a few Jet 2 planes over there, that's not bad. I don't know how much we're going to see on this. Oh, at least There's a bit of an idea of where everything is. I don't know if you can see there the planes. There's a couple of Ryanair planes. I'll try and zoom in a bit more there. Try and get this to focus a bit. Yeah, there's a few Ryanair planes over there. And there's a private plane just there itself. Very nice. I can hear the planes. I just don't think there's any taking off at the moment. But it's nice to come up here and actually do a bit of plane watching. So, there's a Ryanair plane taking off itself now. Well, I say taking off, it's just started the procedures of taking off, so it's now going to start taxiing to the runway. So I'm going to try and get a little bit closer to it. Oh, there we are. There it is there. Is that the best views at the moment on this? Or at least we're getting something. The engine just started on the plane. I don't know if you can pick it up on here a bit, but it's now taxiing to the runway. I will say, when you're waiting for a plane to taxi on a runway, to go to the runway itself, I should say, it feels like it takes forever. But when you're on the plane itself, it doesn't feel like it takes forever, which is a strange thing. One of the best things about Leeds Bradford Airport is that the runway isn't that long to taxi to. I do love that sound of a plane's engines itself. It's very nice. So at the moment, I've just gone behind that door. Let's see if I can get further around to see it. Oh, we'll see it in a minute when it starts taking off a bit. I'll wait until... There we are. I don't know if you can see it in the background there. Oh yes, you can. Yes, it's coming through there, good.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
to take off there, that's good. There we are. Is that right there? Flight is now taken off. Right. Yeah, I'm heading back to the car now. So I will say in between as well, whilst doing that filming there, I did have a visit from the police as well. So I will say to you, police, very nice. Okay, I didn't get his name. Because this is a secure location as well, you have to be careful about where you park your car. So if you park your car right here, you will get a fine. But if you park your car where I parked mine, you are completely fine. But just let you to know, they will be here within a matter of minutes to actually say, just making sure that this is your car itself, and to make sure that you're stuff that you should be, and not trying to threaten anyone itself this way. Oh. And the police did say all it is they just want to make sure that the area is secure and there's no threats to Leeds Bradford Airport themselves that way. But aye. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of plane watching myself for a bit and see what comes about. If there's any more, we can do some shorts or something like that. Alright, well, thank you very much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel, and thank you very much for joining us today again. Bye for now.